What else we got? Let me go on Twitch right quick. Okay.
Why? Why?
Why do people happy? Heck W. LOL W.
Okay.
They're just like, yo, it's not gonna be a triple. It's not gonna be a
Yo,
normal.
dude, we're gonna do a fatal four-way. Poggers, bro. Thanks for the fucking bits.
Fucking damn it! Jump off a roof.
Well, they just lost Gunther, so I don't know how that is gonna survive. But what's it called? But the Third Reich faction. That's the Imperium's gonna turn to the Third Reich now. But he posted a picture on Twitter with Sean Dean. He's got his castle. It says justice on it. And then somebody says Hook is some fucking girl says on Twitter, Hook is what? Stokely, I hate your bald ass so much. And then Big Stoke on Twitter goes, wow, Hook will pay for his crimes. It was confirmed that there was a forearm fracture which required a cast. I am distraught. I rolled dice with my left hand, so I'm please don't make me sue this company, Tony Khan. Please, you know that a portrait of your father that's hanging in your office? Well, once I own this company, I'm replacing it with a big-ass photo of James Brown. Yep. Every time you see the Godfather of Soul sweating in a drug-fueled rage at the Apollo, you're gonna think of me. Sounds pretty miserable, bro. Do the right thing. Punish this little bastard Hook and write me a fat check. By the way, here's a photo of me with my best friend Al Sharpton. It means absolutely nothing, by the way. Blushing face. But somebody tweeted, he tweeted, Hook is a piece of shit, and then somebody tweeted this. Some woman, I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every jacked. 6'3" bro he met until they pulled their first back to beat him up. Whereupon my ex would go, hey, come on. I'm a little guy. I'm just a little guy. No, it's just also my birthday. I'm a birthday boy. It somehow always worked. And then Stokely just quote tweets it. Fuck you. Tony Brown, but who the fuck's in the background? It's Hook. It's fucking Hook. And then he's getting twerked on by some fucking broad. My t-shirt money is now in the ass crack of some fucking stripper. So thanks, Hook. But I don't. But Jesus Christ, this is the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Clip it.
Oh,
but
actually,
hey, it worked out in the long run.
I actually do hope they make another season actually, because I would love to see the American Dragon on Total Bellas start memeing on John Laurinaitis. You have live footage of John Laurinaitis in his living room calling somebody in his underwear saying, "Hey, babe."
It's Wednesday, guys. You know what that means. It is time for your weekly dose of the Pro Wrestling Injection right here on the Pro Wrestling Injection YouTube and Twitch. Brief hiccup in the process of just having shit up. I had the Twitch stream up first, but then the Twitch stream wouldn't let me fully connect into the YouTube because we were playing music on the Twitch stream to avoid copyright here on YouTube. Who the fuck cares? No news. Technology. So no news is good news. Just stuff we gotta cover when shit is finalized for a lot of stories. So we can just dive right on into this. I forgot to do the host shit. I am the Outlaw, Zach, joined by the illustrious panel.
Actually, just quick breaking news here. There's nothing to talk about really. But,
I'm gonna jump in front of oncoming traffic. Great.
Just a quick little thing here. The Janelle Grant lawsuit against Vince McMahon and WWE has been cleared to resume. So that was just reported. But yeah, Dynamite tonight.
Yes. Yeah, I'm the Outlaw, joined by the Mr. Marathon Mike, the Goon Christian. So yeah, we're gonna dive right on into Dynamite tonight. We kicked off today with the tag team match of the Death Riders fighting Orange Cassidy and Jay White. And this was a good match. Great opening.
Yeah, it was a very, very good match. Ended in a DQ. But it made sense to basically get where they wanted to go, which last week I didn't think they were going to do the Fatal 4-Way, but after Collision, I was like, you know what? This is probably where they're headed after seeing some extra bonus stuff on Collision, and it was very clear after the episode on Saturday, that's where they were headed. But yeah, good stuff here in this tag match. Hangman Page came out and attacked Moxley. Orange, Jay White, and Hangman are fucking going at it. They don't like each other. Nobody likes anybody in this situation. They're showing Christian and the patriarchy up in the rafters, sitting down. But yeah, good stuff here, and yeah.
Have we reached the point where we are past a handful of disqualification finishes in the history of AEW?
We're way past that.
How many are we at now?
I don't know. Probably over 15.
Really? That many?
Yeah.
Thank you to the new follower. I just got the notification blasted into my eardrums.
Heh.
So thanks for the follow. I did not catch your name, but appreciate it.
Speaking of the Fatal 4-Way, funny enough, right before the show, I was on YouTube and I came across a video. Why are there not more stars in the Continental Classic? And well, that answered the question for literally 4 people in this match going into this pay-per-view match.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like throwing that in there.
Yeah. No, but this was a fantastic match. I enjoyed it. I can't wait for the Fatal 4-Way. That's gonna be so fucking cool. It's everyone that either has had history with the title. Hell, you got like 2 out of the 4 people in there that have specifically had history with Mox in general with the title, with both Hangman and Orange Cassidy, like even dating back to the pandemic.
Mm-hmm. All of which have also challenged for the world title in a pay-per-view main event.
Yeah.
Or held a title in a
Yes.
pay-per-view main event. So yeah, it's 4 heavy hitters. Very, very nice to see.
Mm. Yeah. After this,
We had
what did we have?
The second iteration of the Bandito vignette. This was cool. I like this.
Yeah, I really enjoyed these. This is probably the last of them, even though it was 2. But I thought they were fantastic. I really enjoyed this one. It showed Bandito beating up a bunch of guys in like a Western setting. And it's just getting ready for Bandito's return. He's probably coming back after the pay-per-view. But you're very excited to see Bandito back. He's been sorely missed. We talked about it last week about how he kind of got screwed when it came to injuries and what happened with his medical. But yeah, very excited to see Bandito back. And if they're putting high quality, like at least big effort vignettes for him, they're obviously going to do something with him.
You would hope so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just reading the comment that's in the Twitch chat that says, "Hey, I've been making some what if themes for wrestling, and I've been looking for wrestling fans to give these thoughts on them. Stumble upon you guys and was wondering if you 3 would be interested in any way. After the rundown, at least a minute ago, send that off into like the I guess like the whispers on Twitch. I'll look into them because right now we kind of just run a very tight ship here for the most part. We gotta just blow through the show and rift. Like I kind of want to stay on track because I got a lot of stuff I got to work on today when I get out of here. But like, yeah, I guess just feel free, shoot a DM, or a whisper on Twitch or whatever. I'm pretty sure our socials are also down in the below the video too, so you can like mainly the socials for Pro Wrestling Injections. You can always DM them there, and I can give you feedback. But just currently during the stream, can't really run that. I'm sorry. But yeah, so after
that vignette, we had the Death Riders in the back. This time with Claudio, who I guess just teleported because he was not there during the match.
He's having a match later. That's why he's there. He had to meet up with his buddies.
I know. It's funnier if you just put. I just wanted to say teleported, but Mox cuts a promo and he's just going like, "I'm so sick of everybody's ego driving them in AEW about how everybody is just wanting a title shot," and I laughed when he's doing the imitation of people wanting a title, and he just pushes in between Yuta and Marina, and then back in between Marina and Pac. I found that pretty funny, but and then he basically confirms the Fatal 4-Way, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, so we're getting this Fatal 4-Way. Very excited for that, and but yeah, when it comes to that match, I mean, obviously, I don't think Moxley's losing the title. But
Yeah,
it's good
no.
to get those guys in a big scenario like that. I mean, I really don't think it's going to be a thing where anybody's harmed in that match. Whoever gets pinned, I don't think Jay's going to get pinned. I think he's the only one that's safe. I think Hangman or Orange will be, but I don't think they're going to do Hangman because Hangman has taken the pin on the last two pay-per-view matches he's had. So I think Orange. I mean, Orange is kind of bulletproof at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't really have to worry about anything like that. So they could just pin Orange. I wouldn't.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
also,
I wouldn't go
he
anywhere
just
near Jay
challenged.
White.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
No, they're
But
in the
anyway,
middle of a full-on reset with Jay White, so keep him the hell away from taking the pin.
yeah. But anyway, that brought us to Claudio Castagnoli versus Will Ospreay in the Continental Classic
Oh wait,
match.
hold on. Right before that, they cut to Christian Cage, who this time had a mic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's going off. Sit down while I conduct my business, telling people to shut up. Pops me every time. And as he's walking away, he was getting ready to say something.
Go fuck yourself. His famous line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Still one of the greatest moments in the history of AEW. I don't give a flying fuck. And then as he turns back to the crowd, second later, Hook appears behind the door. Christian Cage is in the middle of saying something. Hook breaks the glass with the cast he's got on, goes in, attacks Christian Cage. The reinforcements of Kip Sabian and Nick Wayne come in. Hook is able to fight them off, goes chasing after Christian Cage after he narrowly escapes after what I for sure thought he was going to get his head driven through the wall when he got tossed up.
I did think that was going to be happening too, but I was like, there's no way. This was a great beatdown, though.
Oh, yeah.
This was pretty good.
They tore that fucking skybox up. Hook ran off after Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian showed up. But yeah, I mean, this was cool. I mean, I really like this. It was a good beatdown. It shows how Christian Cage is also still a threat in the world title scenario. I don't think he's ever going to win it. I think I mean, obviously, we all thought when he finally does cash in, it was going to be Luchasaurus who puts a stop to it. But obviously, with his situation, we don't know where that stands yet. But anyway.
Hey, I mean, did Samoa Joe? Did any of us expect him to be AEW World Champion when he first signed?
No, not at all. But yeah,
not as fast as he became.
Right place, right time.
Yeah,
right place, right time.
It really was.
Like I definitely saw Joe becoming champion, but not that fast.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be that. I didn't. Well,
I was there.
I was part of the camp that was like, I think he should be champion. I just never thought it would happen. But it did. So I was very pleased with that. But anyway, yeah, that brought us to Ospreay versus Claudio, and this was an excellent match. I mean, this is the second time they've wrestled. They wrestled earlier in the year when Ospreay came in, and just they tore it up. I mean, it's Ospreay and Claudio. You're gonna get a great match out of these two. You obviously know that. I'm glad Ospreay's still doing the Punisher gear. I think it's cool. I mean, it's different. It's funny. It's actually, I mean, the time he started when he wore it at the pay-per-view is actually fun. Is actually a very, very strange coincidence because I was actually in progress of watching the Punisher TV show, and it was actually pretty funny that that happened. I think I just finished it.
Mike.
Yeah.
Didn't that show get canceled after like 2 or 3 seasons?
No. YouTube.
Yeah, so what happened
Oh God.
Your mic is really low. I don't even know if
Did you just buy a new wire for this fucking thing too?
Yeah, I forgot.
There we go.
But no, so basically what happened was all the Netflix characters like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Punisher, they stopped it just to do focus on the
Defenders, and then
they stopped it to focus on the MCU, but now they were bringing them all back, and although those stories and those continuities are still canon to the MCU because it was loosely in the MCU, like they never really acknowledged anything that happened, like they like referenced it shortly, but no, they have but they're still canon and they're bringing them all back. So I wanted to watch them. I always had interest in those characters. I just never had got around to watching them, but I finally did. And it was very both. I only watched Daredevil and Punisher because those are the only two characters I was really cared about out of the other ones. Um, but um, but yeah, those were two very good shows. I highly recommend them. John Bernthal, Kurt Angle's cousin, by the way, the Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know that. But yeah, and actually, I was watching one of the Punisher episodes, and he was fighting these guys in a gym, and I'm like, is that fucking Vladimir Kozlov? And sure as shit, it was Vladimir Kozlov. So that was a little jump scare. But anyway,
jump scare.
Hey, it happens.
Fuck, it's Kozlov. Kozlov in the big 2024. That's crazy. But anyway, yeah, this match is fantastic. Ospreay picks up the victory with a jackknife cover. He advances to 6 points. The only reason it's 6 points is because Ospreay was the only person who hasn't had a league match lately. He didn't have one on Collision, so that's why he was the only one that was behind.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't had a match since he wrestled Juice, and obviously Juice is out. And that was 2 weeks ago. So Ospreay is now at 6 points in the block. And Claudio is also at 6 points, so they're tied at the top of the block. But anyway, after this, we had...
Well, Darby Allin
yes.
comes off to scare Claudio off after Claudio attacks Ospreay after the match. He's got the chair or the bat banging it against the steps, and basically once Claudio retreats, Darby stares down Will Ospreay, starts walking to the back, turns back, has another mini stare down, and he does that twice. So, but I'm really looking forward to this match next week.
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
that's gonna be so good.
This is the one like you always look at these blocks and you circle the top match and you're looking forward to the most in these blocks. For me, it was this one. Ospreay and Darby have never wrestled before, and I'm very excited. It's a Styles Clash and a half, and I cannot wait for that match. That's the one I circled out of this entire tournament in either league that I was very excited to see. The other one happened on Collision with Okada and Fletcher, which didn't disappoint as well.
Awesome.
But yeah, very excited for that match. They did a little tease for that next week, and very, very, very hyped for that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we should probably mention this. Fletcher did in fact pin Okada, so they're going full throttle with this guy.
Hey, it's good.
Yeah, Fletcher is the first ever person on the roster to beat Okada in a one-on-one match. Pin Okada in a one-on-one match. Okada's only losses came in tag matches or in like casino gauntlets or shit like that.
Yeah.
So this was the first time he has been pinned since he came to AEW, that's a big thing for Kyle Fletcher. And I'm glad they give it to him because they're building him into one of the next top guys.
Oh,
and Okada is now 1-1-1 in this tournament and has 4 points.
Yeah, well, for me, G1 man, this is they're really just taking the model from what they've done with Okada in the G1 and just using it here. Okada always in the G1 starts off shitty and then he just runs the table at the end. That's always how it goes, and that's exactly what they're doing here. So not really shocked to see him. I was shocked to see them giving Kyle the victory there, but I'm not really shocked to see Okada's record here with only 4 points.
Who does he still have to face again?
He still has to wrestle
Is it
Mark
Brody and Claudio?
No. Who?
Or is that
Okada?
the wrong side?
Wrong side. Okada has to wrestle Mark Briscoe, Shelton Benjamin, and the Beast Mortos. He's wrestled.
No, didn't he already wrestle Briscoe?
Did he?
No, not yet.
Yes.
Oh, he did?
Yes, he did. My
Okay.
bad. He wrestled Briscoe. He wrestled Garcia.
That was
and he
a good
wrestled
match, by the way.
He just has to wrestle Shelton and the Beast Mortos now, which he will beat both of them.
Mortos. Oh,
Oh,
Fucking
shit,
love
I'm so tired. Oh. Pardon me, folks,
so
if I'm...
After all this, we had Renee in the back, and here comes Ricochet. He cuts promo basically saying, first time ever him versus Brody King, and then he flashes the Hurt Syndicate business card, and has the stupid line of, I hold the cards here, and I'm just like, you would have been better off not saying that.
God,
But,
when he joins them, it's going to be so good.
Kind of wish they would advance this a little bit, but I can see why they're waiting until after the pay-per-view.
He was doing an interview a couple days ago, and he was sounding really heelish on that interview. He's going heel, absolutely going heel.
I can't wait.
Oh, was this the interview where he said there would be no AEW without Ricochet or something?
Yeah. So that and what's it called?
Wow, that actually worked because I got a message about that. Like out of nowhere.
Thing is, funnily enough, it's really is kind of he's not really kind of far off. His style was a part of that big revolution during that time period. But anyway,
his match with Ospreay put more stuff into Genesis than people may put credit for.
No, yeah, absolutely. That was one of the it was early. It was early before the Omega and the Buck stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it really, I mean, that was one of the first things that got a lot of eyes on New Japan.
I think, that was almost like a few months apart. I think it was the same year, but a few months apart, which is like crazy.
Yeah. Well, no, that was 2016, and then that was like the best. It was in the Best of Super Junior, so that would have been in May of 2016, and then Kenny won the G1. And then that would be in June, July, and then Wrestle Kingdom happened with the Okada match January 4th. So it was really that lead up, that little time period.
That's right, yeah, because I remember watching Okada and Ospreay. No, Okada and Omega like maybe a few months after it happened because I heard all this hype, and I went out of my way to find it. Thank you, Daily Motion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's facts right there.
But yeah. So
I just find it even funnier now after that interview because one of my friends legitimately got worked by that. Good times.
Well, it's also anyway, like the internet is getting worked by him saying the
internet works themselves.
Him leaving WWE was the best decision of his life. People like
don't say that all the time though.
Yeah, people will say that about AEW as well.
Bobby Lashley just said it.
Who?
Bobby Lashley, by the way, he was on Talk Is Jericho, and he mentioned that the Hurt Syndicate has always been, because it was when it was in WWE, it was MVP, Shelton, Bobby, and Cedric Alexander. They wanted the leader MVP. They wanted the big tough guy. Major, probably the superstar of the group, which is Bobby, then the guy to beat to get to him, Shelton, and the high flyer young guy that they could build up, which was Cedric. They're going to do the same thing with Ricochet. He mapped this out. So yeah. But anyway, after this we had, I believe it was the MJF thing.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, they showed MJF. It was his first time at TV in months after he's done. Now I guess he's done filming whatever he has to film. So it teased that he's showing up. And then after this.
See,
we had
I'm gonna be honest with the MJF like coming up. I was kind of hoping for it to be Don Callis because up until I saw the hair, I was like, oh okay, it's MJF. But imagine Don still just has
the
the
hand
ring.
kind of gave it away.
No, but just imagine Don never gave back the ring, and is just still just holding on to it.
That wouldn't have made sense for the Dynamite Diamond Ring thing, though.
Well, I'm just saying overall though, you have Don who's still just holding on to it. Who'd been like, I'll send it to you next week. I'll send it to you next week.
Funny.
I don't know about that. Don's a stand-up guy. I don't know what you're talking
about. I don't know about that one. But yeah, just
from behind kind of a guy.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. So yeah. MJF
after
here.
this, we had a recap of Cardona stepping up to face Jericho at Final Battle from last week, and then we cut to Renee in the back with Matt Cardona. Basically, he challenges Brian Keith after hyping up the pay-per-view match on the 20th at Hammerstein Ballroom. He challenges Brian Keith to a match on Rampage, which was made official later in the show, which we will get back to. After this, Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly. The winner faces MJF at World's End. I thought as a match alone, I really liked this. The story and the build up to this is still awful, but they had a good match.
They have to do something to put the wheels into motion to finally get to MJF and Adam Cole in like a proper way to involve all parties that have been involved with this main story outside of Kyle O'Reilly. Really,
I think people are over this. This has been going on
for a year.
While. Yeah, and I think World's End needs to be the end of it. People don't really
finish
care
it where
anymore.
you began.
I mean, it's way too. I mean, they got to move on.
Yes.
I mean, both guys got to move on. I mean, because if you think about Adam Cole post injury and pre injury, he's been feuding with the same fucking guy for how much? He's been attached to MJF for how long now? This guy's got to move on. That's why it was so refreshing to see him when he was having the matches with Buddy, Malachi, and Takeshita. So it was just him doing something different. Yeah. But the match itself, I enjoyed. The match was good. Cool to see Kyle and Adam in there because these guys have wrestled at WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor, PWG, NXT, New Japan. They've wrestled everywhere.
These guys have killed each other in all their matches too.
Yeah. But yeah, good stuff here from these two. Adam Cole obviously wins. MJF shows up, tries to hit Adam Cole with the Dynamite Diamond Ring, but Adam Cole ducks it and super kicks him and then rolls up Kyle O'Reilly for the victory. MJF runs off. And now it's confirmed we have Adam Cole versus MJF at World's End.
And yeah, one thing. Sorry, go ahead.
No, and this is where also MJF's reign as the Dynamite Diamond Ring holder comes to an end. I think this is where that he has won four times in a row now.
Mm-hmm.
I think it comes to an end.
Been alive?
Well, no, they had the banner and they showed each year that he's won it. It's been
I know. Well, he's won every year. I'm saying they've done it every year since the company's been alive. So how many years has the company been alive? That's how many years MJF has had the fucking ring.
But yeah, so I think this is the time when Adam wins it, and it actually because doesn't the winner of the Diamond Ring also get like a shot at the AEW title down the line?
I don't.
Was that? So. I think that was a stipulation at first, but then they just backtracked it.
Yeah, I don't think they do that no more. It's more of a feud for MJF type of vehicle now.
Mm-hmm.
But after this,
one thing I forgot to mention about this. So after Adam Cole's entrance, Kyle O'Reilly was in the back, and she's basically asking Kyle, like, "What are you thinking about this match?" Then the Kingdom comes up, and Kyle O'Reilly disses them, so could we possibly be getting a Kyle O'Reilly singles run?
I mean, that's
like for the TNT title, or just to get the hell away from these guys?
I mean, he could. I mean,
you got to do something with
Roddy, because they took out Roddy, and I think they're all going to be buddy again, but I don't think it's going to be something like they're going to go
It's
like Undisputed Era again. But
no, it's going to be a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So
yeah, but yeah, they need to like you guys said, they need to wrap this story up.
Well, why do I have a feeling even though Adam Cole's gonna win this fucking diamond ring, MJF's still gonna be on at his heels?
Here's my thing: like, do they actually put Cole over in this match?
I think they should.
I mean, I guess we'll talk more about this over the next.
Who knows if MJ is going away again?
Yeah, because MJF could have a movie role lined up at any moment at this point. Not to. He's playing fucking Happy Gilmore's son in Happy Gilmore 2. But
we'll yeah, we'll talk more about this next week probably. But
what was next up on the docket?
After this, they announced that the Fatal 4-Way for the World Championship was official, and then we cut to FTR in the back, which they basically repeated every single thing that they said from Collision, where they were interrupted because the Death Riders tried to kill Orange Cassidy, and they're just like,
Baja Blast. No. They try to kill him with some Baja Blast.
No, that's called chemicals, and they try to kill him, man.
It
was attempted murder.
And what is Baja Blast? It's fucking chemicals. It's chemicals chemicals that taste really good.
Never had one. It's not that I have anything against soda. I've just never ordered one. Because I rarely. Where is that from again? Is that Taco Bell?
I think Taco Bell. I know that because one of fucking Alex Zane's finishing moves is called the Baja Blast.
Well, then also like during the springtime, you can get it in stores.
I've only gotten Taco Bell like 4 or 5 times in my life, so.
No thanks. Yeah.
I mean, I have nothing against it. It's been pretty
Wednesday
good when I
is my cheat day, so every Wednesday, because I don't eat anything throughout the entire week. I treat myself to McDonald's on a Wednesday. That's also when I get That's also when I get really high too. So
20-piece McNugget all day or a Big Mac. Either one works.
But yeah, so now
after this we had the segment that possibly gave Zach 5 more strokes after last week. The first one, which possibly gave him the first 5.
It was oh my god.
We had volume number 2 of the Chris Jericho New York Minute. Hey, props up to him wearing the Rangers jersey. I couldn't make out the number on the jersey.
It's his dad's. It's his dad's number. That's probably what it is. It's going to be his dad's number and jersey.
Well, that made me happy. And the Rangers won tonight, so that's a bonus. I'm actually watching the highlights on NHL Network right now.
I'm only happy one time now with sports. I fucking hate my football team with every ounce of my body, and I love my baseball team with every ounce of my body. Good luck with the coming season, Mike, at Citi Field.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it.
Good luck. That's gonna be like some roaring crowds. Just to let you know. Got Soto.
All I'm gonna say is this: week and a half to go in the regular season last year. They're in the middle of a playoff race. Stadium is half empty, more than half empty. So,
because to be honest, I don't know. You don't want to get your hopes crushed. As a Mets fan, I know my hopes get crushed every fucking year. Just like my will to live gets crushed by being a Jets fan.
Do we have the
Tell me about it.
Do we have the after this was the FTR?
Yeah.
That was before this.
Oh.
Yeah. So during the New York Minute, Jericho's basically just hyping the Ring of Honor pay-per-view up again, and the Brian Keith versus Cardona match for Rampage is made official. After this, we had a Continental Classic recap vignette from Collision. Again, I like that they're doing these. Keep it up. After this, we had Tony Schiavone interviewing Darby Allin.
Okay, so
This is
you
guys need to talk
blinked.
about this because I was like in and out during the segment.
Okay, so I blinked. Did Darby just bite his lip until it bled?
No, he started punching himself.
Okay.
He started punching himself. Yeah. So Darby, I mean, he was cutting a promo on Moxley, about what he's doing. He's talking about how the young guys in the locker room don't. This could be the first time they've ever made money off of professional wrestling. So a lot of these guys don't want to stand up to Moxley because they don't want to get hurt. They don't want to get hurt. They don't want to risk what they've worked for. But if nobody stands up to him, nothing's gonna be done about it. He's like, I don't mind taking the blows. I don't mind taking the hits. So that's when he starts punching himself. He's like, I don't mind the blood. I don't really care about this. But if we don't do something about this, there's not going to be an AEW like we know it left. Because Mox forgets that this company reignited his career. This company gave Sting his retirement that he wanted. This company did everything for Moxley. So he forgets that, and I'm going to defend it against himself. So that's really the gist of what Darby was saying, and he basically said he has to win the Continental Classic to help prevent that. So yeah, it was a great promo from Darby. Darby, I mean, this guy's a world champion.
Not next year, or at least not in the first half.
Well, soon he will be meeting Moxley for that title.
Yeah, he did confirm that he's climbing Everest next year,
and he's planning an
AEW
gonna be out
for
flag.
a while.
Yeah, and he's putting an AEW flag on Mount Everest. Hey,
you're about to make all those fucking WWE fucking drone tards make their own trek up to the Mount Everest just to almost reach it there, but die trying.
Somebody, like, I don't really care about the online discourse because it's fucking stupid, and just watch what you want to watch and like what you want to like. But it's like I wouldn't be surprised if somebody actually would do that at this point.
What? Just
because honestly, knowing how stupid wrestling Twitter is.
There's some people on both sides that are just, bro, get a job. Just please get a job.
Or just go outside.
Get a job. Please.
Fuck, you know what? I just realized I probably just willed that shit into existence right now. That some fucker's gonna do that.
The AEW fans, like not regular AEW, but like the psycho AEW fans are fucking loser retards. The fucking WWE psychos are fucking retards too. It's just fucking too. It's literally like you're playing like fucking, I don't know, Clash of Clans. I haven't played Clash of Clans since I was in middle school. But when you tap and you send out the barbarians and shit.
I was playing that earlier this year again.
It's like the companies are the tappers, and then like the fucking the fan, like the psycho fans are the barbarians. You're literally all look the same. You sound the same. You say the same shit, but you're all running into the battlefield just to fucking make yourself look like a fucking idiot and die. That's what these AEW and WWE fans are doing. I mean, it's just stupid. Yeah. But anyway,
this is why I just can't do Twitter anymore. You tweet out something.
Just watch the goddamn wrestling, bro, and shut the fuck up.
Dude, I'm on too many social
media.
You say anything
good? Oh yeah, I'm only on like 3, and I hate them.
I'm on.
You say
TikTok,
anything good, you get attacked.
Twitter,
you say anything bad,
Reddit.
You get attacked. You say anything neutral, you get attacked. People don't have lives.
It's like that meme. It's like, wow, this is awesome, and then it's like that guy that has like, actually, this fucking sucks. It's like, bro, shut up.
It's anyway. Like the it's just like the memes of that guy approaching that office, not like the show The Office, but that office meme
versus sexual harassment.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm doing this, awesome. Hey, I'm doing this. I'm calling HR.
Yeah. But anyway, after this we had, what do we have, Mike?
Brody King versus Ricochet.
Brody King
fun match.
Ricochet.
So much fun.
Another very, very good match in the Continental Classic. Both men at 3 points coming into this matchup. But obviously Ricochet, with his new heelish tendencies, used that to win the match. He won with an exposed turnbuckle. He dropped Brody on his head on it twice, and he also hit the spirit gun to claim victory. There was a raccoon. But anyway, there was a raccoon outside. Just a raccoon outside making noise.
I have to pose this question.
What was it again of the Carolina Panthers, who eats raccoons, by the way?
Oh my god.
I fucking love that guy.
Give or take, I would like to make this kind of like thought prediction either by like the end of 2025, start of 2026. Brody King might have a singles title.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's either going to like it's probably going to be TNT or international.
I wouldn't actually be surprised they get him the Continental title later when it's off Okada, and whoever has it then. But I wouldn't be surprised they gave him that. But I think TNT or international. I think they're going to keep international. I think to be honest, out of the both, I think it would probably make more sense if he had the international title because out of it, all the House of Black members, a lot of people they send Brody to do a lot of things. He still works the New Japan Strong shows.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be wrestling David Finlay at Wrestle Dynasty. So yeah.
Hell, he also still tours with his band.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised to get that, but I think the TNT title will work as well because I think it would suit him and who's in the TNT title scene. But anyway, the match was great. Very enjoyed. Very, very, very enjoyable. Ricochet advances to 6 points now, and now he's tied for the top of the block with Ospreay and Claudio. And Brody now still sits at 3.
So
good stuff.
Is Ricochet gonna fight Ospreay in this series?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
yes.
It's happening at the Bash.
So Ricochet. The only people he has to wrestle still are Darby Allin and Will Ospreay, which obviously should be, fantastic. And Brody still has to wrestle Ospreay and I believe Commander. He has to wrestle Commander and Brody has to wrestle Commander and Ospreay.
Saw another thing on YouTube complaining about Commander, and I'm just like, dude, it's a tournament that's giving you good matches. And that's a large portion and a large reason why the tournament's happening. Just enjoy it.
I was completely fine with it because you knew he was going to get a great match, but also
and also you took the fall guy and replaced him with another fall guy.
Fall guy, yeah. That's all it was. Yeah. Juice had no fight. There was not a snowball's chance in hell that Juice was sniffing even the semifinals.
Not even close. I hate people.
I hate people. All wrestling fans are fucking retarded. Simple as that.
After this, we had the Top Flight segment.
Yeah, private party in the back. They're looking like they're ready to celebrate. They got some what looked like wine poured, or whatever the hell that was. And Andretti and Lio Rush step up after knocking out Top Flight in the Battle Royal last week, where they would also step up. But first in came Layla Gray after... Isaiah Cassidy had 2 great lines here, and I laughed at both of them.
I gotta say something, though. The shit that Leo and Andretti are wearing, I don't know if you guys have played Marvel Rivals.
Yes, I've been playing it recently.
If you had a team up, if you know the team up with Spider-Man, Venom, and Penny Parker that gives Penny Parker and Spider-Man the Venom symbiote, like the little fucking thing, like the little spiky symbiote attack. Leo and Andretti were wearing that tonight. They were wearing the goddamn Venom symbiote attack from that game. If you look it up, you'll understand.
It's also the Venom attack thing from the second Spider-Man game on PlayStation 2.
That's right. But yeah, so we gotta look out for these guys. There could be a situation here when it comes with alien activity. But yeah, they're gonna wrestle each other to see who wrestles Private Party. They've been kind of beefing for a little bit. So yeah.
Just going back to Isaiah Cassidy for a second. For Christmas this year, I want a big, juicy, and walks Layla Gray. Oh, Santa came early this year, I guess.
Yeah.
I fucking died.
But after this, what do we have? The Anna J. Mercedes.
Well, after this, we had Layla Gray walking away and him going, "Thank you, Santa."
Yeah, he's funny.
So good. So good.
That's That's that
I laughed so
catcalling
hard during
of
this.
New York we'll never forget and never stop doing.
I laughed so hard at this.
So
After this, we had Renee in the back with Anna Jay and Mercedes Monet. They're hyping their match up for next week.
This one I zoned out because I'm cleaning up my room.
Week.
So
They're gonna wrestle next week. I mean, what's it called? They're just gonna have the match next week. Anna's not gonna win, obviously, no. but yeah, should be cool. Big test for Anna. But that brought us to the main event.
I just thought of something. If Anna was to win the TBS title, and at any point, I would love for her to do like an homage to Brody Lee for the title. Like maybe get like the red strap on it.
Yeah, maybe. I guess
change the color up a bit.
I guess the TBS title hasn't never been changed like the TNT title has.
I think for her, like doing an homage to Brody would be kind of nice. I don't see it happening, but it's just an idea. Maybe put like the red strap on it.
Yeah, maybe in a couple years.
Well, remember, the only reason the initial TNT title was the way it was because they didn't literally finish it yet. Yeah, they needed like that extra week.
I saw this on, I think it was either Twitter or Blue Sky, whichever fucking social media platform I frequent these days. They brought up that like they should.
What the fuck is that?
The better Twitter.
There is no the better Twitter. I do not believe that.
It's legit been.
Is it just like one of those Twitters that like pop up for 2 months and then they die?
Nah, this one's been up for like a year.
Like threads.
Nah, this one.
Also, yeah, I never even downloaded that.
Yeah, it's the same shit. Everyone's gonna go back to Twitter.
No, this one is.
There's a new one.
This one gets 24 million signups a day.
There's too many copycat social medias. There's too many.
Every time they say that shit.
Too many copycats.
This one, it's a lot better than Twitter. It's a lot less fucking garbage on there than I see every day on fucking Twitter.
I mean, I don't think. Well, here's the thing though. It's like it doesn't really matter because it's only a matter of time until it gets infested.
No, they've been good on quality control.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. It's social media platform. It's all infested. It will be. If it isn't now, it will be.
I'm saying they've been better on quality control.
No, it might not be now, but soon it will be.
But no, just Blue Sky is the better Twitter at this point for me.
I don't like Twitter at all, but I felt that Elon controlled it. So, like, that's like, when he bought Twitter, when he bought the thing, I'm like, you know what? Yeah.
That's when I lost respect for that man.
To let that sink in?
It was the worst joke. He acts like a 12-year-old. He's acting like a 12-year-old with access to the internet.
Yeah, but he can. He's got fucking Iron Man. Basically.
He's the retarded Iron Man.
Well, yeah, but what do you think Iron Man would be in real life?
Not as retarded as that man.
No, it would be absolutely retarded because we live in a retarded world. The Marvel Universe, there's some serious shit going down. So it requires some serious individuals. We're not in a serious world. We're in an unserious world.
We're in a simulation.
We might.
Might be.
So let that sink in. But anyway, I was actually thrilled to see that this got the main event.
Excuse me. It's time. Yeah, exactly.
Nope.
And I'm glad that we're going to get the shot here because it's been very built up for months. Obviously, Lena and Mariah have hit history together for a few years. And obviously, there was lots of Tony and Lena was around. What's going on right now. They had a great match. I thought it was a fantastic main event for the women here. I thought it was a really good show. Very good. They had a couple of falls, but you know something? I mean, I don't think they're expecting to win the title because he's not employed by the company. But there was a couple near falls that were like, hey, they could shock somebody. And, you know, it's winter is coming. A lot of stuff on this show has kind of shocked people in prior years. Yeah. So I could see something like that happen.
Hey, we have had a world title change on a Winter is Coming episode of Dynamite. So.
That's right. But and in the end, Mariah May put down Mina Shirakawa with the Storm Zero and claimed victory. But as she was celebrating, we heard the original theme song of Tony Storm, and who comes out but none other than Tony Storm. Timeless no more. Tony Storm is timeless. Tony Storm is seemingly dead, and the regular Tony Storm is back.
Once
As
again,
sad
like
as
she
I
got,
am
she
to
she
see
was,
one of the greatest gimmicks. And listen, she got a huge ovation. She got a huge reaction.
and she was being choked up.
Reaction. Yeah, and she was about to start crying, but the best. I mean, it's probably because she's probably self-conscious about maybe people wouldn't react to her if she's not timeless. But listen, timeless. As sad as I am to see it go, it was one of the greatest gimmicks I've ever seen in women's wrestling, in AEW, in modern wrestling. It's one of the best gimmicks I've ever seen. But it had to end at some point. It was obviously she couldn't do that for the rest of her entire career, and it's not like she can't do it again. Broken Matt Hardy was big, and then he didn't do it for a couple years, and he did it again. But Timeless Tony Storm, because here's the thing, it was never bad ever, and Tony, it ended on a high note. It ended in Wembley. She went off and ended in Japan and in Mexico when she had those the farewell matches. And that was really it for Timeless Tony Storm. It didn't really have the opportunity to go out on a whimper. It just was strong. A strong gimmick throughout. And that's not saying that she could always bring it back, and maybe in the storyline she could do it again. But right now we have, for the first time in a couple of years, that we've seen regular Tony Storm, and that's how they went off the air. That was a great surprise, and I'm very happy with the reaction she got. So good stuff there from the ladies.
Yeah, I honestly thought that they were gonna do her coming back to that theme, but not fully dressed in character. She would kind of come out half dressed Timeless Tony Storm, half OG AEW Tony Storm, and just over the course of 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks, go fully revert back to her OG gimmick. But I didn't have a problem with this at all.
Yeah, no, this was a great way to introduce her back into the AEW sphere.
Welcome back, Tony Storm.
I love
she's out of retirement, by the way.
I love Thunder Rosa's cue cards out in the crowd.
WTF.
This is not my champion. So it's I think we're probably gonna lead to a triple threat at one point between these three. Probably at Revolution. I don't see World's End just yet, unless they build it between now and
they could
next week. So
I think they could. I think they might want Tony on that show.
Yeah, but this would also be very rushed.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yep.
Sorry.
Damn, 11:07. Is this a new record?
I'm sorry, I just got caught up. There is a video of people in Japan with a railgun shooting down a drone.
It happens.
Okay.
All
right.
Cool. But yeah, okay, so yeah, there's nothing else happened. Hey, this Saturday I'm graduating fucking college. Thank God. Get me the fuck out of here. My bachelor's degree. Kiss my shit. Fucking schooling. Fucking hate it. Alright, so that's just it, guys. We will see you next Wednesday. Peace.
Oh, Wrestler of the Week.
Oh, Tony Storm.
Jesus.
I'm fucking tired, man.
I'll go Mark Briscoe because he had 2 awesome Continental Classic matches.
I'll give it to Ricochet. I thought he was great in this match today against Brody.
All right, guys. Appreciate you all. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.